All right, trucks at Milwaukee. These are going to be my settings here. These are all comfort-based except for brake bias. You can probably go a little bit higher if you're a little bit sketched out by how loose you get under braking on entry. Our track temp is pretty cool right now, so we should be able to throw down a fast lap here. Hoping somewhere like the 30.2s. You'll see some track temps in the 100s. They're probably the best times are going to be in the 30.4s. Then any higher track temps than that, you're going to be even higher. But low 90s, I should expect somewhere in the high 2s, low 3s. I think second lap might be a little faster, but we're going to try first lap anyways because no harm, no foul. There's shifting here. We'll talk about the shifting technique in a little bit. Early braking. Can't overdrive these corners. Roll in third. Then make sure that the wheel's straight as we go up the track. Shift into fourth. Early braking again, can't overdrive. Very good. Gonna roll in third down here. Gonna try to turn back down the track and then just go straight. Shift up a little bit there. We'll try one more lap, but that should be a decent enough lap. Probably gonna find a little bit more grip on this lap too. Oh yeah. Still can't overdrive this turn 3. Very easy to do. Turn it back down the track. Have that good angle on exit. There we go. A lot better because I was able to run out that third gear. Yeah, high 2. That's about where I want to be at that track temp. So we'll go over that lap 2 there. Did feel like there was just a little bit more grip on lap 2 to lap 1. Not saying lap 1's impossible, but lap 2 felt better. Okay. So run up, we actually didn't do any special run up for it, so that kind of shows you that if you just run a good corner, you'll have a decent run up. So don't worry about the run up too much. All right. So braking point earlier than you think. It's right, I mean, I don't even know what's a good marking for you guys, but this is so far out. And you can maybe push it a little more if you're comfortable with going higher on the brake, but then you'd have to be at a higher brake bias. And then at the higher brake bias, you don't turn as well once you enter the corner, so you have to slow your car down more to make that turn. So in my opinion, maxing out at this trail braking percent, 25, 30%, it is the fastest way to go about it. And you just do it really early. You aim so that you want to be at the curb when it starts. So you see, I'm already at the curb when that curb starts. I'm just trending slowly down, just slowly getting my car down there with the trail brake helping with, and the steering wheel helping. Then once I get to the curb, that is the moment where I downshift. So how do I downshift? I actually downshift right before I throttle. You would think that most of the time when people tell you about downshifting for corners, they want you to do it early because of engine braking. Well, we don't need to slow the car down. There's no point of having more engine braking in this situation. And the big problem with downshifting early is that it kicks out the rear tire and we start sliding it. And adding heat to the tire is bad, and it makes our corner a little bit more difficult. So my opinion, and what I see is the best way for these type of tracks, is to shift as late as possible. So I'm going to shift literally the moment before I get back on the gas. So you see how that becomes part of my gas motion? The downshift is basically the start of my throttle rolling the center of the corner. Let's listen to it. See how that works? And then all we got to do once we get down to third is just roll this yellow curb. Now you can do a tiny mini diamond on the second part of the corner if you want to straighten out the exit a little bit, but it's more than good enough just to stay at the bottom yellow curb and then not go full throttle until your steering wheel is almost completely straight. You can push it a little bit for qual lap, but definitely don't push it for long run. Okay, take a look at that one more time. So brake really early. Trail brake, get all the way down to the curb, then downshift on throttle one motion, and then wait until the car is straight and then throttle up the track. Same exact idea in turn 3 and 4, except the car is going to have a little more grip on the bottom. So we're still going to brake all the way down to the bottom. We're still going to do that shift, that shift and into the throttle. And then I did a little mini diamond here. That's good for hot lap, not great for long run. But because I did that little diamond, it sets me up to have a better exit angle right here. And that's why I got so much time at the end of that turn 4, was because I was basically angled with the straightaway instead of more towards the wall where I would have had to wait on my throttle to get off the wall. So same idea as turn 1. I find that I can brake more into 3 than in 1. See how I'm closer to like 35-40%, whereas 1 and 2 I was at 25-30%. For whatever reason, I'm just able to brake more into turn 3. And so that allows me to drive a little bit deeper into the corner. And then I want to get to that yellow line. And then as my car starts sliding up the hill, if your car is diamonding, wait till the top of the diamond to do the shift and to do the throttle. If your car isn't diamonding and it's just sticking to the curb, just wait until your car is settled into that lane and then you're good to go. But the benefit of that diamond here was not on tires. It was on having this angle right here off the corner. So right now, I'm going to talk about long run line, and you'll see how I'm not pushing these entries as hard. And I'm only going to do a few laps because I lapped out a long run earlier for a lesson, and it doesn't really change that much over the run. The goals that you have for each lap are exactly the same. So I'm just going to show you what you're looking for, regardless of how fast your lap time is. You want to get into this corner, stay all the way down. Right before you get on the throttle, stay on it. And then just wait, and then just as straight and with the car under you as possible. So early braking. I'm not even going to begin to push the braking. I don't care if I lose a 10th on entry there. Oops, missed that downshift into 3rd. It'll happen every once in a while. You'll just roll a little bit longer than you think. You see, this is not what you want. You see how I slid up the track a little bit? That's a little bit detrimental on tires. So you want to avoid that, even though it's really easy to do. But the worst thing you could possibly do is like get loose. Have that little right rear kick out moment. That'll make it really hard for you. Yeah, you see how much time we gained back just because I'm rolling with 3rd gear here? I'll show you. Oh, sorry. That's exactly what you don't want to do. Yeah, losing focus. But here's an example of what you would do without 3rd gear. Same idea, but you see how much tighter the car gets? It's harder to turn off the corner. So even though the car is kind of under me, it gets so much tighter off the corner. We'll do another 4th gear only here. I really do think that if you get this 3rd gear down to where you are just rolling the car and you're not bullying it, it's going to be a lot better than 4th gear. That 4th gear is only better than the last lap because I screwed up by 0.2. Now we're going to compare that to these 3rd gear laps. So watch how this exit goes compared to the 4th gear. It's just like a 1/10.5, easily. You lose a bit in center while you're shifting, and then as you get back off the corner, it's just like a full 1/10. And this is consistent too. You just need to practice it. You just got to make sure that you're downshifting late enough in the corner to where it doesn't upset your car. Ow. But yeah, so it's just that line over and over. Same line that we talked about in qualifying. Just be very careful not to let your car slide up too much. And then make sure that when you're downshifting and when you're on the throttle in 3rd gear that you're not getting loose. You're not kicking out the right rear tire. Because that's where everything's going to snowball and you're going to struggle. All right. Thank you all for watching. Actually, you know what? Okay. Yeah, so you can see that I was wearing the tires evenly. Now, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you all on the track.